Well, it's Monday morning. I realize I probably made a mistake on that video yesterday by combining the data flash log information with my problem with the GPS. The GPS I think I ran a little long there, and that might have worked against me with people watching the video and offering help. Hopefully some of you watch the whole thing. I watch all of everybody's videos. I have a 3-hour TBS couch video today to watch. So this is the 7-inch with the GPS taken out of the holder on the back. You can see I do have power, but no satellites locking up. I've just tried all sorts of different things with this. This is just with the USB connected. There's no battery, so there's no power going through this power lead past the GPS wires. There's no power going in the video transmitter below it. There's no power going to the camera. Nothing. Just the flight controller. Yes. Oh no, the SC's not even powered, I guess. Just the flight controller and the GPS. I did get 5 satellite lock here in the basement yesterday on this one, but that's the best I've done so far. Now across the room I have the little 5-inch set up here, and it's actually locking satellites. I've got it hooked to my notebook computer here, and it's got 6. That's inside. Yesterday I took it outside. Again, just the USB power, nothing powered but the flight controller and the GPS, and it got 10 outside, so I may fly it today outside just for a test here at the house if I can get 8 or more satellites locked up outside. But the little 7-inch across the room isn't doing as well. So far, no satellites. I left them both hooked up yesterday here on the bench for hours. So let me show you what's going on in the software. And as far as the software is concerned, I have played with every parameter here for the GPS yesterday. Although in my longer video yesterday I went through the documentation showing where less is more, as they say. So really the only thing I have messed with in here is the GPS GNSS. Let's see, let me find that. There we go. This right here. GPS GNSS mode. Now the documentation says you don't have to do anything with this. I read someplace where this doesn't work well with either Galileo or GLONASS. Checked, but I can't find that again. I spent hours yesterday looking for that statement again on the internet, but didn't find it. So I've played with all sorts of variations of this. Nothing I do there seems to make a darn bit of difference, and I can't find anything else that would matter, period. On serial 3, I've put this down to 9600, which is the baud rate they say it should work at. It keeps being detected at 230,400. So what I did is I ordered another M10Q-5883 from Race Day Quads that I can work with on a bench with just a flight controller and the GPS, take outside and such, and try to troubleshoot this problem. Trying to get these in and out of the 5-inch and 7-inch platforms, the wiring's just real tight. I may open up both of these platforms today and ring out the wires again to make sure they're not shorted with a nearby wire or something like that, causing communications problems. But so far, I'm pretty much at a loss. I do not at all, don't get me wrong, I do not regret switching over to the M10Q. That was a logical thing to do because everything says they will get more satellites, they will get satellites faster. It's just I've searched the internet and I can't find any information on Ardu Pilot, Ardu Copter, Ardu Plane, and the M10Q-5883. And I think what I'm going to have to do, and why I ordered that third M10Q, was I'm going to have to set it up to go to an FTDI connector I have and connect it to uCenter and look at what is actually enabled in it from the factory and learn uCenter. I've played with uCenter a couple of times, but it's pretty complicated. I haven't really say I've learned it. I got to go to the doctor today to set up a colonoscopy for the last thing we're going to look at towards why I was having so much pain. Pain's coming back a little bit in the past few days, so it's a timely doctor's visit. But that's the final diagnostic, trying to find out what's going on in there. And basically everybody keeps pointing to the fact that in the area where I had radiation 10 years ago, it's just all jumbled up from the radiation damage that was done subsidiary to getting rid of the cancer 10 years ago, and nothing anybody can do about it. But we're going to keep doing diagnostics to look for every possibility. But again, I think this final test is the last place we can actually look to see if there's any problems. I will be going to Charleston this Friday for a week. Charleston, South Carolina. So there won't be much going on from Friday on for a week after that. And I will probably not get that GPS set up to test on the bench with uCenter before I leave to Charleston. But again, I screwed up yesterday making that video so long by combining the data flash and the GPS problem and going through all the docs I had looked at. Probably made it so long that maybe there's people that would have viewed it if it was shorter, would have some help for me, but such be life. So I'm making this little follow-up video today to make a short one that has kind of a little plea for help. Help! I need more satellites locked up on my M10Q. Now, I did take it outside yesterday with no power on it again, just USB, and it locked up 10 satellites in the backyard. The 5-inch did. The 7-inch wouldn't lock any in the backyard. And if I could get 10 locked up in the backyard, I can fly. I can get up and around the trees pretty safely, in my opinion, and have returned to launch, which I proved at the field Saturday works. That should get me back up and over the trees and over my landing spot should anything go wrong. So I feel safer about flying here at the house now with return to launch working. Just still a little queasy, uneasy feeling about the number of GPS satellites. If I get out away from the house here and the number of satellite goes down, then return to launch might not work too good getting it back. Oops, almost forgot to talk about one thing. The reason that compass is out of the 7-inch over there is I found some pads on the bottom that do a factory reset on the GPS. And I was worried about pulling that GPS module out of there and stressing the wires, but I went ahead, and pulled it out. I even reversed which connector of the two on the GPS I was using to connect to. That didn't make any difference. But I noticed this restart pad right here in this ground. It's easier to see right up here. So I took the GPS out of the holder and then shorted from reset RST right here to ground pad and powered it up. Now that, from what they say, resets it to factory. Let me see if I can find that here for you real quick. The M10Q-5883 provides the ability to reset the receiver. Bridging RST pad to ground for at least 100 milliseconds will trigger a cold start. Reset will delete all information and trigger a cold start. That's what you just said, people. It should only be used as a recovery option. Well, I used it to try to see if that would help with my problem. If you are sure wiring and setup are all right, I am fairly sure, but flight controller can't detect the GNSS module. Try doing reset. Well, it actually detects it, actually uses it, just doesn't lock up enough satellites. So this was just kind of a shot in the dark for me to bridge that RST pad and ground. Keep trying everything. I will keep fighting this until I get it. It may be the firmware version of Ardocopter I've got loaded. Who knows what the end fix will be, but I will find it someday. Thank you guys so much.